Last night, I was walking through a quiet street in my city, just a street like any other. Dim street lights flickered, the occasional car passed by, and everything felt ordinary. But then, something caught my eye, a small, almost invisible store tucked into a narrow alley. Behind it was a man. Just a man. No flashy signs, no fancy machines, no staff, just a simple wooden table with a few products laid out. I could have walked past like anyone else, but I stopped. Something told me to look closer. And what I discovered shocked me. This man had started his business with just $5, a cup of coffee for most people. And today, that tiny start has turned into hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue a year. If he can do it, why can't anyone? Why can't he? Meet Alex. Meet Alex. Alex is 28 years old, living a life that feels too ordinary, working a 9-to-5 job in an office filled with fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. He wakes up at 6:30 every morning, takes the crowded subway, sits in a cubicle all day, and returns home exhausted. He works hard, saves what little he can, but every month feels like he's running in place. Dreaming of freedom, financial independence, and a life that feels meaningful, but unsure how to get there. All he has is $1,000 saved, not enough to buy a car, not enough to invest in something big. Everyone around him says it's impossible. One evening, Alex sits on his small balcony overlooking the city. The skyline glimmers in the distance. He asks himself a question. What if I never try? What if I do nothing? Will my life ever change? The answer scares him. It won't. That's when he decides. He will risk the $1,000 and start a small business. He chooses candles. Simple, homemade candles. Nothing fancy, just a product that he can manage alone, that he can make with care. When he tells his friends, they laugh. You can't start a business with $1,000, they say. It's too risky, you'll fail. And yet, inside, Alex feels a spark. Something deep tells him, success isn't about how much money you start with. It's about what you do with what you have. The first week is slow, only a couple of sales come in. Excitement turns into anxiety. Is this really going to work? He wonders. Doubt creeps in. Fear grips him. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? He asks himself in quiet moments. Then he remembers something he read online, the magical secret of small investment. It's simple, invest smart, not big, know your audience. Be consistent. Every dollar must work hard. Don't waste money on things that don't matter. Focus only on what truly counts. Identify the people who will value your product and ignore the rest. Show up every day, improve every day, be patient and trust the process. Alex applies this secret immediately. He finds small online communities interested in handmade candles. He personally messages potential customers, asks for feedback, improves the scent, the packaging, the quality. And then, after 2 weeks it happens, his sales double. For the first time, he feels hope. He realizes something profound. Big growth doesn't require big investment. It requires smart, consistent action. But life doesn't make it easy. Disaster strikes a week later. His supplier sends the wrong materials, ruining half of his stock. He loses money. Then a competitor copies his design and sells cheaper. Some of his customers leave. Alex feels panic rising. He could quit. Most people would, but not him. He remembers the secret. Small investment plus strategy plus consistency. He adapts, finds a better supplier, refines the designs, improves customer service, keeps showing up day after day. Imagine waking up every morning unsure if you will earn enough to cover expenses, knowing that every tiny mistake could cost you everything, and still choosing to keep going. That's courage. That's real growth. 3 months later, the breakthrough comes. Alex starts using social media strategically. Not random posts or wasted ads, but targeted campaigns. He connects personally with his customers, asks for reviews, listens to feedback, and improves. His tiny $1,000 investment multiplies. First $5,000, then $25,000 in 6 months. The magic isn't luck. It's strategy, focus, and relentless, consistent effort. Alex's story teaches us something vital. First, small investments can create massive impact if used wisely. Second, consistency beats talent or luck. Daily effort matters more than occasional bursts of action. And third, fear of failure is the enemy. Small risks are the ladder to giant success. Think about it. What small investment could you make today? Your time, your skill, a small financial risk? What could happen if you started consistently, strategically, and without fear? 2 years later, Alex isn't just successful, he's inspiring. He employs 10 people. He mentors other entrepreneurs. He shows the world that success can grow from tiny seeds if nurtured with patience and smart action. He looks back at that $1,000 he risked and smiles, not because he is rich, but because he proved something bigger. Small investment plus smart action equals magical growth. If you've ever felt too small to start, too broke to try, or too afraid to fail, remember Alex. Start small. Think smart. Think smart. Stay consistent. Your magic is waiting.